Welcome back to another episode, a live episode of Fear the Talking Heads. And I have with me Jason Shepard from Lexington, Kentucky, artist out there that has created this really cool illustration of Lar Park Lincoln. The dialogue is not good at all, but a lot of people really do like Tina as the final girl. And she brought a can of whoop ass and she opened it up on Jason. Tina, played by Lar Park Lincoln, is seeing Dr. Cruz. He's a psychiatrist, but he's also an antagonist in this movie.
And it doesn't take long to figure it out either.
Oh, no. He's
pretty immediate right off the bat that this dude's a slime ball. The reason Tina is one of my favorite final girls is because she's not like any other final girl that we've ever had in the series. Obviously, with Jason Lives, we start getting into the supernatural element of things with the series. When we get to part 7, we've got Tina Shepard, nice last name. She's gifted with these like telekinetic, psychokinetic powers. And I just thought that was a cool touch. So at the beginning, she's a little kid, I would say 8 to 10. At the beginning, near her house on the lake, you see Jason under the water, still chained around his neck from the end of part 6. So obviously, Tina was like a kid when part 6 happened. And then later on, when the actual movie starts taking place, I'm going to say it's about 10 years later. Tina lives with her mother and father. Father's an abusive alcoholic. There was an incident one night where he strikes her mother. She gets upset. She runs out, jumps in the boat to get away from it. He comes out after her, and she's like, "I hate you. I wish you were dead." And then she does this face. And the thing about Tina is when her emotions are heightened, that's when her powers start coming to surface. You know what I mean? And I hate you. I wish you were dead. And the platform that he's standing on starts to collapse and give way and crashes down on him, and it kills him in the lake. And then she immediately regrets it. So she's traumatized, and which is why now when you fast forward to present day, she's seeing Dr. Cruz. I love all the final girls, so she was the first one to offer something so unique and so different to the series. And I mean, honestly,
okay,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, everyone talks about Carrie, how Carrie had the telekinetic powers. But what it actually reminds me of, even though it's pyrokinetic, it's considered pyrokinetic powers in Firestarter. It really reminds me of that a lot too, because Drew Barrymore as the young girl, how when she'd get fired up and real mad, that passion would bring her powers out too.
Yeah.
Where it was just like trying to harness that gift that she had. And it feels like the same thing, doesn't it? Almost like they kind of pulled a little from that too.
Mm-hmm.
Because this came out in 88. I don't know what year Firestarter came out. Okay, so he said Firestarter was 1984. Oh, close, Jason. Good memory. Bad News Cruise.
Bad News Cruise.
That's right. It's funny because I think she only said it once in the movie, but it's just memorable.
She did, yeah.
In this situation, you can see where the TV, she's pissed off at Bad News Cruise. And then the little picture too, where she's starting the matchbook on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he wasn't even supposed to be trying to pull this out of her anyway. He was just supposed to be helping her get over the death of her father.
He had the cameras set up and everything ready to go. He was taking like tape recorder notes about what was going on, all of it.
Yeah, and we'll be talking about a lot of, anytime that we're talking about movies on this channel, it's usually spoilers, but I kind of want to make mention of that. So
True. Yeah.
Hopefully we still inspire someone to watch it if they haven't. The first, 30 minutes or so is just kind of the setup of showing what she's capable of, really. It kind of also brings back like a different person under the Jason suit too. We've got Kane Hodder. It's like his signature to have that.
And I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry. Kane's first time playing Jason, and I love Kane. Like, I have no problem. I like all the Jason actors. Like, I'm down with it. But everybody, when people talk about Jason Voorhees, it's Kane. And he came in so late in the series, but he brought this new element to Jason.
Yeah, he really did.
we're not talking human Jason anymore. We're talking like zombified, hulking monster, unstoppable Jason. You know what
I
I
didn't
mean?
understand the hype for it at first, and then I've done rewatches of some of the movies from 7 through 10, and of course, out of his movies, Jason X is my favorite of his. It's a fun movie. People are always joking like, "Oh, this hasn't gone to space." Jason has gone to space, which he has, and I'm getting off the rails here with talking about a different movie, but it's just so much fun. And I feel like too, if people haven't seen that one, because sometimes people will get so far in a series of movies in a franchise and they just stop. And I know I bring up Scream a lot because it is my favorite, but I can't tell you how many people that I've talked to that have said, "Oh, I've only seen one or two. I didn't watch the rest," or "I've only seen 1 through 3. I didn't see any more of the others." But I do wonder sometimes if that's the same case for Friday the 13th series, where people have only gotten so far. Maybe they only watched 1 through 4 and haven't even made it through the rest of the franchise.
Yeah. That I bought the entire VHS series of Friday the 13th. I found them all in one spot at a half price books, and I got the whole set for $34. So I do have, I'm proud to say, The New Blood on VHS, but what a lucky find that was.
Seriously, I was
just
actually
one of those tapes is like, probably $50. So
I was really happy for you. Oh, this is a good point. This is a good point that Eric had, saying that Kane gave Jason anger. Yeah. You know what? You're right, because going back, I was thinking about Jason Takes Manhattan. He's just like kicking the stereo,
yeah.
kicking the boombox, like, get out of here.
It's like, no, it's cool. It's cool. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that, because I think the earlier iterations of Jason, they were more creepy in the way, like part 2, when like he would stalk Jenny through the woods near the end, and you could see that sack head coming in the background while she's hiding behind the car. But Kane made him not creepy, but just like, damn, I don't want to mess with this dude.
Oh, very aggressive. It's like,
yeah.
Geez, I'm sorry. Yeah. Who hurt you?
Right. Yeah.
But going back to Tina, I will say the fact that it wasn't just telekinetic powers. When they started introducing in the movie that she also was clairvoyant, I thought that was kind of cool too.
Yes. So she also has the ability to see things that have happened in another location and get flashes and glimpses of it, but also she gets visions of the future. And there's one scene in particular with her mom.
Yeah.
Does, and of course that does happen. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the first time that she saw that someone was going to be murdered, when she saw a glimpse of it at that party.
Yeah, it was Nick, the guy she met. It was his cousin.
Yeah,
the party was for, so.
Yep. And then she dropped her drink or whatever and took off. And I thought, the first time I saw this, like, oh my gosh, she can actually, so she has 2 gifts, essentially, clairvoyant and has a telekinesis. So yeah, that was something that they didn't play around with, and kind of bouncing around here to Jason Goes to Hell. The fact that they showed, bouncing between bodies too. Like, I think that they came up with some really cool ideas for that.
I do too. I love the older films, like 1 through 4, all that. Part 5, I love, whatever. I do. There's something really cool about when they started playing with the supernatural elements of the series, with it, bringing in stuff like Jason's a zombie now in part 6. Like he's the undead, whatever. You got Tina with the telekinesis stuff. Cool. Jason Goes to Hell. Like, I love it. It's fun and totally unrelated, but not only by name, but like the Friday the 13th TV series.
Oh, I love that.
Absolutely love that show. And the fact that, and I still do correlate it with Friday the 13th, but just those like cursed artifacts from the antique shop, and they're trying to get those back and retrieve them and lock them away. Like, that's so cool. I eat it up, man.
I still remember some of the episodes from then, and I mean, I haven't watched it as an adult. These are just memories.
They're all on YouTube, and I revisit them quite often.
They're on YouTube? Yeah. Oh,
like all 3 seasons are on there. So
I swear to you, there is not enough time in a day, in a week, in a year to watch all of the things that I want to see. I will die before having seen all of the cool movies and TV shows. It's a sad thing. Oh, we have to talk about Melissa.
What a bitch.
There's seriously, there has to be one in every movie where there's that person that you want them to die. Like, come on, Jason, find this character and kill them off.
She got it pretty good too, honestly.
Yeah, she did. And then I found out
good.
they wanted to actually show a different angle, and they couldn't because of the MPAA, which does make you wonder back then how much gore we would have actually gotten if they wouldn't have been such turds about it.
Right. Well, and speaking of MPAA, there's this particular film has one of the, I think, the most iconic Jason kills in it, which is the sleeping bag kill. And that was heavily cut by the MPAA because, you know, he's got the chick in the sleeping bag, he zips her up and he bangs her against that tree just one good time. And you can see this footage on YouTube. They do like a side-by-side comparison of everything, and there's really no need for a comparison. You get one whack in the cut that made it, and then the other one, he just keeps repeatedly beating the shit out of her against that tree, and they're like, "Look, we got."
Are you serious? They actually showed that? That's
I mean, you can see it. Yeah, and as a matter of fact, I think the footage came from the His Name Was Jason documentary.
Okay.
So I think that's where I first saw it. But yeah, it's like, wow, like.
I guess you're right, Eric.
Yeah, true.
I didn't even think about that, but yeah, you're right. I mean,
yeah. Kane's Jason does not need like 6 whacks, 7 whacks. No.
Okay, so Eric probably has seen this movie. Eric, have you seen Prophecy from '79? Because this is another one of those scenes that just made me think of that bear monster thing that picked that kid up. I don't know. Was he a teenager? I can't remember. But anyway, I had to send
he looked like a young teen.
Yeah, I had to send the link over to Jason and be like, "Oh my god, the sleeping bag scene makes me think of this." Or he like picks the kid up, and he's in this like banana sleeping bag. It was the same color and everything, and he's like, "Bam!" And there's feathers flying everywhere. Oh, you have to see Prophecy, Eric.
I do too, apparently.
Because Jason was like, "Dang, he sent that dude flying."
Feathers going everywhere.
So. Oh, I felt bad for laughing. And then I looked online, and I had noticed that a lot of people say that that's kind of one of those unintentional funny scenes in Prophecy.
It's hilarious.
It's a monster movie. And I told Jason we have to do an episode sometime where it's like monster movies. Like,
yeah, I'm totally down with that.
Unintentional, but yeah. So the funny part before this is her saying, "Get in," telling her boyfriend that she thinks is still alive out there outside the tank. "Get in here, you big hunk of a man, and get me."
Say no more, fam.
Say less.
Yeah, say less.
Say less, queen.
Yeah.
And then of course my husband's watching it with me, and he can't just suspend disbelief. That's why he can't watch these. And he's so technical, and he goes, "Okay, why is her head bleeding now? Because that was her legs that hit the tree." I'm like, you just can't look that close. No. Don't look that close. You're going to ruin it.
I honestly never noticed that. So I don't pick out things like that in movies. I'm bad about it. I'm like, whatever. I'm just going to watch it.
No.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, no. So Russell, Prophecy. No. Oh, okay.
He's thinking of The Prophecy with Christopher Walken.
Yeah, that was good too, though. But that was a totally different thing. No, Prophecy is it's like science going wrong. I don't know. It's like,
yeah, like this creature is created. I've never seen it, but
yeah, it's really good though. I highly recommend.
But I got the two confused as well when I first heard of The Prophecy we're talking about. I was like, what about that Christopher Walken movie? It's like two different things. And so
when I saw Prophecy as a kid, the one with the monsters in it, it freaked me out. That sleeping bag thing freaked me out. And it's funny how as an adult I'm like
It wasn't too scary. It was just it was good for a laugh.
Pushed all the blood from the bottom of her feet up and out of her forehead. Jeez. How did we not know? I'm going to tell Frank that. If Frank is
with that. Yeah. Going with
but yeah, so I mean, it's the most memorable kill of 7. I feel like if we sat down and figured out from each installment, from each sequel or whatever, which one was best, I mean, this would definitely come up for 7. I mean, for me anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just the one that because I think a lot of the kills in 7 are pretty tame. And sometimes you don't even really see it. It's more like it's going to really happen, and then it cuts, and then your imagination does work.
Oh, yeah.
And I was noticing that again the other night when I watched it. I was like, you don't really see too much, but.
So I mean, as far as plot and storyline, I mean, it's just there's people that are having a party. They're setting up this birthday party for a guy that doesn't show up because he gets killed in the woods by Jason. How rude. So they're just like, oh, he hasn't shown up yet, and they're just kind of waiting around for him. And then Jason comes and cleans house at the party, essentially.
You know, like part 2, 3, 4, even 5, a lot of the characters, I'm like, there's something endearing about them. Like, do they suck? Yes. Are they endearing to me in some way? Yes. Like, I enjoy the characters. I didn't really give a shit about any of these characters in this movie except Tina and Nick, really. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like, all those kids at that party, I couldn't care less whether they got off or not. I was like,
I think this is when we all kind of realized this is different.
Yeah.
You might actually beat him.
She was, like I was saying earlier, it was those powers really come to the surface when her emotions are like very heightened. But I think as the movie goes on, and I don't know if they really focus on this part too much, but like I feel like she starts to hone in on him really well and starts to, because you see her at the end here, she's like staring at him and whipping her head around, and when she does that, he'll go flying this way or taking him upwards with the thing around his neck, and I'm like, she's starting to get control of this. Like, she's starting to get the hang of this shit. And I mean, she gave him a run for his money there at the end, and I just thought she was pretty cool. You know, she was doing stuff like he ran into her out on the trail, and she like started getting the roots of the trees to come out of the ground and like grab him and pull him down, or you know, they're in the house when the light cable comes down and wraps around his neck, or she starts to make his head so iconic as well. She starts to make his head swell, and his mask starts getting too tight for his head, and then the mask splits, and you see what his face looks like under there for the first time. There you go. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
she was really, you know, the gasoline. She was making gasoline from a can, like go all over the ground out in the barn, I guess it was. And
I know, I remember thinking, put that damn mask back on, you ugly son of a gun.
Yeah.
He's so bad.
He's pretty busted looking in this one.
He's so busted. You know, I mean, the guy's been through being on the ground at this point, worms, fish picking at him.
Oh yeah, he's been the Kane in the water for
another good point. Nick sucks. Takes a nap till the end of the movie.
Gets laid up inside the ambulance, like fuck it. The whole team is all right. Like,
he did let the girl do all the work. Yeah, that's a good
Tina
point.
didn't need Nick. Tina did.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. But yeah, this was probably the ugliest we've seen him. Because I'm thinking of Jason Takes Manhattan. He wasn't even that bad. He was actually more, his face was kind of picked away by Jason Takes
Manhattan. Yeah, he looks so different in every movie. It's like,
yeah, that is the fun part about it, you know, because a lot of times you end up seeing him without his mask. And so you get to see just how gnarly he is under there. Yeah. Pulling from the Stephen King universe to give that the Carrie vibes and clairvoyance. Yeah. And then you have, you know, Lar Park Lincoln.
Look, I guess it was 3 years ago at Scarefest that they had the Final Girl reunion, and they were all there, and Scarefest had me work up that print that we're holding there, and I like really wanted to meet them all, and I was just like, I'm just going to wait until the end of the event, like near the end of the day on Sunday, to go walk around and meet them all. Well, it ends up that Adrienne King, Amy Steele, and Kimberly Beck popped into my booth together while I was just sitting there with Micah, and I'm like, oh, and they're like looking through my art, like, hey, blah, blah, blah. And they were like, well, come see us later in the weekend. And so I went over there Sunday, and it was pretty much after the event was over, and nobody was in anybody's booth really. And I walked up to Lar, and she was like fiddling around in her luggage bag. She's like, hey, come back here. Just come on back. And I was like, what? So I went behind her table and I got to talk to her for a minute. And she like, let's take a picture. And she was so delightful. Like, she was so sweet. And I hated hearing that we lost her last year.
I think we've nailed all the highlights here, and I appreciate everyone coming to hang out with us today. Got
Sure.
Larry, Eric, Gina. I hope I didn't miss anyone. And anyone else that's probably my husband. He's probably watching as well. He's such a lurker.
And you know what? We're going to share this. So if you're just tuning in, you didn't catch the episode, you're going to be able to watch it. So
Yeah, and I'll be curious. Is this your favorite final girl? Let us know in the comments. My personal favorite is Trish from 4. I think just she really conveyed that she was super scared, but then still went after him. So
she did. Something clicked in her.
Franken is misinformation about the Sleepy Big Hill.
Yeah, Frank's got to understand that the blood rushed from her feet to her head.
Yeah, duh.
And physics.
Aw, Gina said hi, Mr. Barb. All right. Well, you guys, we're gonna wrap this one up. I'll leave you with this. Next Sunday, I will be doing a double feature live. That's going to be a late one, so Gina's probably not going to be able to join us on that because it will not be until 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 4 hours later. Oh, and then this Wednesday, I'm doing a pre-record with Eric. We're going to be talking about Christine because I think that one will air, I think, on the Friday of Mother's Day weekend or on Mother's Day. I haven't decided, but
let's get us all three on an episode together sometime.
Oh, see, Eric, you're making friends.
No, I'm down. I'm serious. It'll be fun.
Yeah, I think it would be fun. Yeah. We'll have to talk offline and see what you'd be interested in doing. But I think you two would get along like peas and carrots.
Certainly.
So, all right, guys, have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your Sundays. Bye.
Thank you all.